Thank you guys for tuning in on today's video. For those of you guys that are longtime followers and want to hear about the sequence of events, this is for you. So thank you guys for tuning in and staying this long. Let's talk about what the heck we got going on and where we're headed with this thing. We had just an incredible handful of days. You saw in the end of my previous video, we hurt the turbo, we blew it up. And then, yes, we did find another turbo. We got that swapped on, had to clean our intercooler and do all that fun stuff. And then we ended up going down to Coldwater, Michigan with the fresh turbo, and we made a hook. So it was a really good hook. At the end of the day, down in Coldwater, we made an A to B pass. The truck did phenomenal. We ended up getting third place. We were in the workstock diesel class in Coldwater, and we were going up against a couple of really hot running Duramaxes, and yeah, they got out in front of us. Now, one thing I will say is if you listen closely in the couple of clips I have of us going down the track, about half track, I swear something sounds different in the exhaust. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm pretty sure that's when we actually hurt the engine in the sled pull and dually. And unfortunately, that probably affected where we ended up landing. We were about 15 feet behind first and second. I think 18 feet behind first, 15 feet behind second. So we were right there with them in reality. But like I said, if you're listening, listen to that exhaust note, and you will hear it change at about half track. And so I really think we ended up hurting that engine at that point. Now, fast forward, you guys saw the exhaust manifold was glowing. That's pretty normal. We're pushing 2,000 plus EGTs. I'm not surprised to see the exhaust manifold glowing. But we wanted to make sure we weren't having any boost leaks. We had just recently switched our tuning because we went to a 7-bar map sensor, a 6.4 EBP. We had the ICP and IPR from Warren Diesel. So we had changed up some tuning, and we wanted to make sure that that was all accurate. Boost readings seemed still kind of low. So we ended up doing a boost leak check. We had one at our Banks intake horn. We also had one at the intake manifold to the head. Fortunately, we were able to just tighten up the screw, the very front screw on that one side for the intake manifold. For the Banks intake horn, we simply just added a little tiny bead of silicone all the way around to get that sealed up properly. And we were able to get our boost leaks taken care of. In addition to that, I really thought that the truck was pretty much just running out of gear. We were just not climbing any RPMs or anything when we were going down the track down in Coldwater. And I was just like, we need to change something up. Fortunately, Eric at Innovative, I had him set me up with a 4th gear tune. And so we have changed gears a little bit. And I ended up installing a manual lockup switch for our torque converter. We took it out for a test drive. We wanted to make sure that our lockup switch was working. We wanted to make sure that the 4th gear tune was working. And we took it out on the road, and we got up to speed. And as soon as we hit 4,000 RPMs, I heard a blang, 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 blang. And that was it. I unlocked the converter, popped it into neutral, shut the truck down, and coasted off the side of the road. At that point, the truck would not start. We drug it back to the shop. The low pressure side was not building. It was very slow to fill the oil filter reservoir, and so we opted to pull the low-pressure oil pump gears out. When we did that, clearly something had gone through the low-pressure oil pump gears, and it had tore up the front cover pretty bad. Now, I was already suspecting, based on the noise that I had heard, that we had hurt a rod. And that night, we ended up pulling the engine out of the truck, dropped the oil pan, and sure enough, there is a chunk of rod laying in the bottom of our oil pan. That truck was on stock rods, and with 300 100s in it, we were asking for it. I mean, straight up, we were asking to hurt the bottom end of that truck. I knew what we were doing when we put those injectors in. I'm not overly upset about the situation. I wish it would have made it through the rest of the season, but unfortunately, we were just on borrowed time with those bigger injectors in there, and yeah, it is what it is. Now, a lot has happened since then. We've been doing a lot of thinking about the direction we want to go with the truck, with the channel, with all the projects that we have. And ultimately, we've decided to, yes, rob the race truck engine it's going to go into the sled pulling dually. This is the engine that we have built for the race truck. So if you guys don't know anything about this engine, you're going to want to go to the race truck playlist and see us put this thing together. It's got, if you can do it to a 6-liter engine, this thing has it done. It's got Callie's rods. It's got coated and delipped pistons up top, valve reliefs in the pistons because we got a stage 3 cam. It's got the KDD icon, O-ringed heads. They are the race port with the big valves as well. It's still got the OG O-Dogs S3R on it. And so, yeah, this is a bad unit. This thing is going to absolutely eat up any power that we can throw at it. The next weak link on this thing is actually going to be the block at about 1,500 horsepower, which I don't foresee us ever getting to that point with the sled pull truck. So it should live for a very, 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 very long time in the sled pulling dually. And the Jessel roller rocker setup, I mean, we've got so much done to this engine. And in reality, guys, we were just so far out on the race truck. Transmission, standalone controller, rear 4-link. We were going to have to do a cage. I mean, we were $20,000 plus looking ahead on the race truck. And honestly, for the last few years, as you guys know, we've really just lost our motivation and steam on this project. Part of that is because we've been doing so much truck pulling, and it's an absolute blast. I mean, we can go to a bunch of them. I mean, upwards of 20 truck pulls a year. We're a lot with drag racing. You're looking at really about 6 races a year if you're running with ODSS. And so it just doesn't make sense. We've got this great engine. It makes sense to get it into the sled pulling dually and seeing what it can do. I'm not saying that we're getting rid of this truck. I do have thoughts of putting together another engine, just a mildly put together, probably a stock bottom end engine to stick in this thing and make it more of just a fun truck like it used to be back in the day when it was only like 500 horsepower. I had an absolute blast with this truck. And so it's not going away, but it is not going to be no race truck, and it's not going to be no 1,000 horsepower race truck. Instead, we're going to have a 1,000 horsepower sled pulling truck, and that's freaking cool. And we're going to be able to use it all summer long, every summer for years and years and years to come. And so I know this might disappoint some of my followers. This is kind of like our our staple of the channel. And so I'm going to apologize to you guys. But I hope you guys will stick around and support the channel. Continue to support the channel and stay along. Let's see what this thing can do. And we've got about a month and a half before the end of sled pulling season. And we're going to get this thing into the sled pull truck, get it up and going, and go make some hits, and fingers crossed, everything works out great. It's really just going to be a test and tune for us for the rest of this season. We'll see what it does. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. We will catch you guys in the next video.